As the biggest superstar in the NBA, everything LeBron does is under a microscope. When he does something great, we're going to hear about it. When he has a little bit of an off night, we're going to hear about it. No matter what he does, the King always finds a way to be in the spotlight because of his magnitude as a true superstar. And with that, that can come with a lot of criticism, especially for his caliber of being an all time great, being a top two player in most people's eyes, and in some, the greatest to ever touch the basketball court. But there's some people that they're going to be adamantly against that GOAT debate, and they're going to look for everything LeBron does wrong and point that out and say, hey, that's not something Michael Jordan would have done, for example. And those debates can go on all day. But the one thing that must be acknowledged about LeBron James is his longevity. Because we have never seen a player be so good for so long. We've seen guys play up until they're 40, but never to the way that LeBron has. The way that he has maintained his impact has still produced at a high level. It's not peak LeBron anymore, but it's still better than 99% of NBA players will ever be. And just the other day, LeBron James said, retirement is coming. It is coming. It's just not here just yet. End quote. So LeBron, obviously, we know the elephant in the room is when is he going to finally hang up the cleats? When is he finally going to retire? Because it seems like he's been on this ride for so long now, since the '03 draft. And in turn, there are always going to be questions and rumors about when he finally hangs up the cleats. But at the rate that LeBron James is going right now, he could play for quite a while longer. Father Time is getting to him. You can kind of see in the way that he plays. He's not necessarily the same LeBron, but Father Time has not taken him out with a big striking blow. It's more so been a steady stream of injuries that have slowed him down just a little bit. He's still playing at a very, very high level, and at the age that he's at, that is entirely unprecedented. And I think it is very, very important that we are able to recognize that and give him his flowers for that. There is a saying that I love which says, send flowers to the living, which means, oftentimes when somebody eventually passes, that's when we give them the flowers. That's when we give them the recognition, the appreciation that they deserve for the incredible life that they had and all the hearts that they touched. But to send flowers to the living means you can give people the gratitude now, give them their flowers now. And obviously, we're not talking about life or death with LeBron. I'm talking about give him his flowers right now. Don't be afraid to say that, if I praise LeBron, people are going to think I think he's the GOAT. I still think MJ's the GOAT. Don't be afraid of that. You can have your opinions, and that's perfectly valid. I think it's 1A, 1B between those guys. The important thing is, though, to not allow this debate to take away from the other because both of these guys are incredible. And while LeBron's still playing right now, to be able to appreciate that, appreciate everything he brings to the table, to not nitpick and instead just appreciate all time greatness and longevity to lights we've never seen before. Send flowers to the living. Give LeBron his flowers. He deserves all of them while he is still in the NBA. Truthfully, there is a good chance that this year coming up is not going to be his last year because we haven't heard any promotion of, it being the LeBron James farewell tour. And with him being such a star, I feel like that would be pretty highly publicized. But we have not got that. So this year could very well, in my mind, I don't think it's going to be the final year. I think LeBron's going to get a good farewell tour. So that's at least 2 years we still have. And he's played so long, he's played for the Sun, and he's still in the league, put up 25 a night. That's incredible. We've never seen anything like that. And so with this recent quote coming out about LeBron, with him saying, retirement, we know it's around the corner, but it's not here yet. I figured it was as good a time as any to call to action and say that in the wake of so many debates, in the wake of so much criticism that he can get, so much praise that he can get even from his fans, right? He is polarizing because of the magnitude of the player that he is. I think it's important to send flowers to the living, give LeBron his praise. He is an all-time great, and this longevity, we've never seen anything like it. It is something truly special. And I love the state of the league that we're in right now, the state of the association, if you will, because looking at the NBA, we have the old guard still performing at a very high level. LeBron James, Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, getting up there in age, but still performing like they are some of the best in the league because they are. And then you also have the young guys, Anthony Edwards, SGA, even Jokic, even though he's been an experienced vet for a little bit now We have so much talent across generations in the league, from Wemby to Jokic to the old guard in LeBron, Steph, KD. That kind of longevity, that's so special. And I think it makes the league so fun to watch because on any given team, you've got guys who've been in the league for, 10, 15 years, paired with guys that are just starting out. They got potential, but they have mentors with them in these veterans. And that's so huge. It creates such a nice atmosphere. I'm a Timberwolves fan, so we've got Mike Conley. He's been in the league for a long time. And for many years now, Conley has been a great number two piece in the backcourt to Anthony Edwards because Edwards, even though he's a shooting guard, he gets a lot of on ball reps. So for Conley to not be demanding, but instead be that veteran presence, be that leader, and not have to have the ball in his hands as a point guard, that has been such a great fit. So shout out Mike Conley. Shout out all the veterans. Chris Paul as well. Especially that is a big one in Chris Paul. His production isn't the same, but his IQ is something that he's never going to lose. He's always going to have that. He's always going to be valuable. No matter how his body is holding up, he will always be valuable as long as he wants to be for his IQ. Because you simply cannot teach that and you cannot replace that. The level of basketball genius that Chris Paul is. So we've got a lot of veterans in the game right now, but LeBron, especially at his age, to still perform at such a level, we've never seen anything like that in terms of production. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Robert Parrish, they played along, but at this age, they were not to this caliber that LeBron is right now. And that's one of the biggest arguments in terms of LeBron being the GOAT is just the way that he's maintained this status for so long. And it is uber impressive. This is a short one today. I have homecoming week this week. It's been busy, but I want to get one out here with this recent quote from LeBron. Send flowers to the living. Give him his flowers right now. Don't be caught up in criticism. Yes, there are things you can criticize all day, but give him his flowers as well. This longevity, we've never seen anything like it, and he is undoubtedly one of the greatest players we have ever had the pleasure of seeing.